to this edition of Beans and You. This is African Free Press TV, where we report Africa to you from a refreshing perspective. My name is O.C. Beans. In this edition of Beans and You, our focus of concentration would be on the negative and positive mantra called change. So basically what we're talking about in Nigeria of today, we have this narrative called change. Now a lot of people are asking, is this change positive or is this change negative? What is this change? All we know that we've had change, but nobody is asking this question of, is it positive change or is it negative change? For us to do justice to this edition of today of Beans and You, I have my guest in the studio today with me. We have the fantastic, the unique, the human activist, a lady that fights so much for young women, somebody that fights so hard for women's development, youth enterprise, youth development, and also a social media blogger. Welcome, Amanda Chison.
Thank you.
It's good to have you back again on our studios.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, let's go straight to the topic of today. We are looking at this mantra, this narrative called change in Nigeria. Now, is this change positive? Is this change negative? Because lots of Nigerians are asking this question. We all heard about the word change. We all know we have to keep changing. But in your experience as a Nigerian, as a youthful Nigerian, what do you think about this positive or negative change in your own perspective, your own opinion?
I think I'll have to go with the fact that change is always a good thing, whether negative or positive. Change makes you know what to do next, whether to be a step in the right direction or the wrong direction, or how to retrace your step. So change is a good thing. But when it comes to the Nigerian idea of change, the question that comes to mind is this change going to affect us positively or negatively? And I think we are due for change. Change is a good thing. I believe in change. I'm an agent of change. But we are at that point where you can say that what has really changed. And so far so good, judging the administration efforts, we have to say that, I'm going to say that I have not seen the change yet.
Okay, obviously, just to follow on that, we all heard about the issue of once upon a time, Nigeria was number one in foreign direct investment.
Yes.
Right, so most foreign organizations see Nigeria as the number one to invest. But I heard that Ethiopia has now taken over from Nigeria.
Yes.
And I'm thinking, if we are talking about positive and negative change, obviously that still results in the issue of negative change. Am I correct?
It's very negative.
Now, we all know that in an economy, the small, medium enterprises, the SMEs, are one of the strong backbones of every economy. The issue of employment are one of the strong bones of an economy. And obviously, our oil price, or just the global oil price, has fallen. And we are, as a country, haven't yet started to look at new frontiers to boost our economy. So oil prices, where the mono economy has fallen, and there's no policy in place to bring an alternative. Secondly, unemployment rate has been very high, and even recently, there's a lot of SARS going on right now in the Nigerian economy. And also, foreign direct investment, we've lost that number one status.
Yes.
It's gone to Ethiopia. So are we saying then that economically, the change has been negative?
Yes, the change has been negative economic-wise, and that is all we all about, because if the economy is bad, every other sector gets affected. So the economy is bad, but when we look at it in another direction, when the global oil prices are falling, and it's expected to fall more, the last forecast was $20 per barrel, and that gives room for concern because our last budget was benchmarked at $56 per barrel. Now I am concerned that the people in charge, the current administration, are not yet looking into diversification of the economy. We are still a mono economy. I have expected by now we should have economic policies that will look very seriously into diversifying the economy, especially maybe look into the area of agriculture or other natural resources or taxation or whatever it is, but we have to keep going. Oil or no oil.
If I pick you on that your last statement, obviously we all know that the current government are actually striving very hard to diversify the economy into agriculture, for example. And we know that the previous governments actually did quite a lot of work to diversify agriculture. And we are proud to say that the last Minister of Agriculture actually got elected into a very good position in Africa, an African Development Bank, I believe. So that's a good sign that the EFD must have seen that he's got what it takes to do well. But my concern about this diversification, Amanda, is this. Don't you think that it's not every region and every part of Nigeria that we should be talking about agriculture as a means of expanding their economy? Example, some parts of Nigeria hasn't got the land mass. Alright? We can talk about agriculture in the areas that's got the land mass and the agronomical capability. Let me not use whatever, but agricultural capacity to have the land mass with. Why don't we talk about the regions we can turn into Silicon Valley, the regions we can turn into auto spare parts destination, the regions we can turn into other areas like Lagos doesn't need to have agriculture, because I'm not sure they have the land mass to go into this kind of commercial agriculture. We can turn them, or Port Harcourt hasn't got the land mass to go into agriculture. We can turn them into Silicon Valleys, our IT villages. Look at the southeast or some other areas of the country. We can turn to spare parts, horizon for Africa. We don't need to use the agricultural mantra, because it's not one size that fits all. What do you think about that?
I am a pro-agri person, and I don't really agree with you on that point, because Nigeria is a blessed country. So many people, you don't have to go into agroeconomics per se, but subsistence farming can sustain a lot of people in the faces of the obvious economic challenges. But then again, when you talk about diversification, agriculture is not all there is to diversification. As I said, when you look at the mineral resources and other sectors too, industrialization will thrive so much in the southeast, because the people of the southeast are naturally inclined to industrialize, and they have done so well. Look at Innocent from Nnewi that actually started manufacturing cars in Nigeria. I've been to Nnewi. I was amazed. It was looking like a little bit of China here and a little bit of Taiwan there. I'm impressed, and if the federal government can look into that, that would also be good. And it also encourages made in Nigerian products, which are more solid, because I know I have used a made in Nigeria socket or something like that where you plug appliances, and it was stronger than everything I have bought that came from China. And we also have to look at other areas and what they can do. Another place we can also diversify our economy is tourism. Nobody talks about tourism, but we have so much in Nigeria, so many places to see that can actually generate revenue in terms of tourism also. I believe every region in Nigeria has something to give, and we should harness that as much as possible.
Alright, so obviously if you're just joining us now on this edition of Vince and You on African Free Press TV. Now our topic of discussion today is looking at the change mantra. Is it positive or is it negative change? We've agreed that a lot of economic policies, or even almost zero economic policies so far in this current administration, seems to be negative economic change, because people are losing their jobs, and the naira has lost so much value. It's been up and down, and still a lot of things have happened in the banking sector. There's this kind of disjointness, but we're still talking there are potentials. if we can now focus about diversifying the economy, look at the mining. Obviously, for you to look at the mining in places like Plateau State, with the continuous killing of people in Plateau State, I don't know how you can be able to harness mining there. But we do have information that a lot of our foreigners are actually in that part of Nigeria, sucking Nigeria dry. Obviously, there is little information about if they are well taxed, if they are well regulated. So, talking about mining, obviously we can diversify in agriculture, fishery, animal husbandry, but I'm not in support about the issue of killings going on because of the clash between the herdsmen and farmers. Because the herdsmen need to feed their cattle, the farmers don't want their maize and their millet to be used as what to feed. What do you think?
When it comes to the issues of killing, I have always been an advocate for Nigerian Fulani herdsmen to actually be blended in the modern day ranching. The former governor of Kwara State, that's the current Senate president, Saraki, when he was the Kwara State governor, he actually went to Zimbabwe, brought those back foreigners to start a modern day ranching in Kwara State. People don't know that. Recently, I heard the Kano State government sent some herdsmen to Turkey to go and learn modern day crash. I was like, we have someone who has done this here.
Already.
Why are you not going to learn what he did? When you go to other countries and go to their cattle ranches, I'm sorry, the herds don't move from here to here on the street, and the way we have it here. They are actually in a stationary place, and they grow the grasses and whatever these cattle eat. I want Nigeria, I really look forward to the next agricultural minister to look into this thing and actually harness opportunities and learn something from the model that Saraki has put in ground and grow from there.
Fantastic. I believe that the Nigerian soldiers are very gallant. I appreciate them, I respect them. And one more thing before we conclude, before I ask you for your last comment. When we're talking about this positive or negative change mantra, we believe that change is about changing from things that were wrong in the past and coming to new ideas that we all can embrace and believe and move forward in. So when I saw this kind of business as usual, I don't see it as change. Example, when we're talking about the issues of security, a lot of people have said in Nigeria, is Nigeria a country of laws or a country of big men? What do they mean? In Nigeria, can a police officer actually arrest a member of National Assembly who has breached the law? Do they have what it takes? Because you're going to get their fellow police officers that was attached or is attached to the senators, beat them up. Can a police officer in Nigeria arrest an army officer who has done any public disorder? Do they have that power? Is it a country of laws or a country of men and women also?
What you have to understand, I have to be very honest, since the day I was born, I've always perceived the Nigerian society as a lawless society, in the sense that the rule of law is not respected here, because the rule of law says that the law is supreme to everybody, every decision, both the ruled and the rulers. You understand? Yes. But we have a situation where certain people feel that they are above the law and they can do whatever they have. So I would like to say it's basically because there is that breach, that vast breach between the rich and the poor. That's why we have situations like that. And we still need to build a corrupt-free police machinery, because when you go to other countries, you find out that you have police people who can arrest the president if he does something that goes against the law of the land. But we do not have the supremacy of the constitution in Nigeria. The constitution is not feared. It seems the constitution was constructed for just the poor people and whoever this constitution can intimidate. So it falls to the judiciary or the masses to come up and say the constitution comes first. Okay. We have so much disrespect for our constitution that sometimes I believe that our constitution is a joke.
Okay, you've heard it. It comes down to you. the masses of Nigeria to stand up and to start to say, enough is enough. You cannot just sit back and allow an army officer to abuse you who has got no power to arrest you. You cannot just sit down and allow a police officer to abuse you when you haven't done nothing wrong. You cannot just sit back and allow things to keep going the way it's going in the name of change mantra. Is the change we're having in Nigeria today positive or negative change? This was our topic on this edition of Beans and You on African Free Press TV, where we report Africa from a refreshing perspective to the world. Remember, you can check out our website www.africanfreepress.com. Like our Facebook page, Facebook.com/African Free Press, or follow our Twitter handle at AfricanFreePress.com. Thank you for watching this edition of Beans and You. God bless you. Bye.